Hello and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. My name is Joris and today I'm going to talk about dreaming of 5,000 Swiss francs per month with a 3 ETF portfolio. So in this second part I'm going to talk about two fictive scenarios with two portfolios which each contain 3 ETFs, and the ultimate goal is to reach 5,000 Swiss francs per month. It is our ultimate goal as well, because when we reach that, my wife and I will live a comfortable life here in Switzerland, together with the amounts that we receive every month from our pensions. And we know that 3,500 is the marker that we need to get to, but we want to live really comfortably here because, yeah, Switzerland, it's an expensive country, and we know that inflation plays a role as well, so 5,000 Swiss francs per month will be the ultimate goal. And we know that we have a long way to go. And if you watch the previous one, you know that we are only 4% the way there, so we certainly have a long way to go. And I wondered, what if we wanted to reach it with only 3 ETFs? So in this case, two scenarios. One with 3 global dividend ETFs, and I guess you know which 3 global dividend ETFs I will talk about, and then the best ETFs for one for the USA, one for the EU, and one for the emerging market. And I picked those ETFs because when I was talking about the ETFs for the USA, the European Union, and for the emerging markets, those 3 ETFs really struck me as really good. And the one for the USA one, actually, I only discovered it recently in the video series that I did about the, how is it called? The multi-factor ETFs. So I did one for the global market, I did one for the USA, and I did one for the European market. And the one for USA, the QVPM, it was really an enormously good ETF. So scenario one, as you suspected, the SGPX, one of course, the GLDV of course, and the VHYL of course. And I did the division as such that the SGPX is 33.34% and the other two are 33.33%. So in total that makes 100%. And yeah, I'm going to go over this quickly because I already mentioned them in the previous video. So SGPX, total expense ratio of 0.46, 100 holdings into this one, and quite nice performance the past year, pulling up the 3 years performance as well, and the 5-year performance now at 32%. 4 dividends per year in these months, and that's really important that you see that these 3 ETFs give dividends every month then. And GLDV 0.45 as well, 98 holdings into this one. The performance here lags behind, so not that great, but I think it will pick up. Dividend ETFs really suffered, but yeah, the valuations of those companies are now really great, in fact, compared to all the other stocks that outperformed the market a lot and have high valuations right now. So people, when they want to invest and they look at the value that they get for dividend stocks, yeah, they will put money towards dividend stocks for sure now. And 4 dividends per year, and it's in February, May, August, and November. VHYL, a total expense ratio of 0.29% and 1,998 holdings into this one. more or less the same performance as the SGPX one, and it's in March, June, September, and December, this one. So in scenario 1, how much do we need for 5,000 Swiss francs per month, so 60,000 per year? Well, we need so many stocks for SGPX, 17,212, 16,993 for GLDV, and 8,186 from VHYL. And this gives us then 25,410, 19,394 and 15,193 Swiss francs in dividends for a total of just below 60,000. And yeah, this number, 1,484,689.67 Swiss francs, it's a bit higher than for our portfolio, but still quite nice actually. So just below 1.5 million. So when I win Euro Millions this evening, yeah, it's definitely a possibility that we do that. Scenario 2, it's PQVM. It's Quality, Value and Momentum ETF. So the multi-factor ETF of Invesco S&P on the S&P 500. The HMEU, that's the HSBC MSCI Europe UCITS ETF, and the IEEM iShares MSCI EM UCITS ETF, so the emerging market one. And I put the division 40%, 40% and 20%. A lot of people would say, yeah, you need to do 60, 30, 10. But I want to invest higher into the European Union or in Europe. So, because I think people here in Europe should invest more in Europe. So that's why I picked 40% and not 30. And I didn't put here 60. America gets enough money from a lot of people around the world. So here in Europe, we need to put money towards Europe as well. So the PQVM, Invesco S&P 500, QVM, Quality Value Momentum UCITS ETF, with a total expense ratio of 0.35%. It's currently 51.22 Swiss francs on the SIX stock market. There are 99 holdings into this one, and there is 28 million invested into it. So already 2 million more than when I did the video about the multi-factor ETFs for the USA. So it's only 2 or 3 weeks ago. So that's quite nice that it goes up. And I'm really thinking about including this one into our portfolio as well. It's Swiss francs into US dollars, so it can help us as well to reach the amount of US dollar for our emerging market one that we want to invest in. 1 year performance 35%.13, so quite nice there. 5 year performance 77% up. There are 4 dividends per year in the usual months and a dividend yield of just below 1%, and quite nice distributions. Only in June a bit lower, but the one from Europe will make up for that in August, because HMEU from HSBC, it has a total expense ratio of only 0.10%, so that's quite nice. And there are 420 holdings into this one. The 1 year performance is 18%, the 5 year performance 53.5 or 50. And there are only 2 dividends per year. It's HSBC, so that's almost always the case, just like with UBS. And it's paid in February and in August, and the dividend yield is 2.53%. So in August, it's the highest dividend for this one. It's almost triple from, it's more than triple from the one from February. And then we have the IEEM the emerging market ETF from iShares with a total expense ratio of 0.18%. So that's really a nice ETF from iShares. And there are 1,239 holdings into this one. More than 4 million invested into this one. And the 3-year performance, yeah, like I said in the previous video, emerging markets, it's not that great the past 5 years, and especially the period with COVID hacked into the profits, the performance of this of these kinds of ETFs, and it's still negative for the past 3 years. And the past year it's up 15%, but still we are negative for the 3 years period. So, but we are making progress. Also for dividends per year, in the same months as the first one, and dividend yield is 2.16%. So in the second scenario, how much do we need to reach 60,000 Swiss francs per year? Well, we need 3,264,120.98 Swiss francs. That's of course because the dividend yields are lower, especially from the PQVM one. So when you look at the dividends, the PQVM, it's even less than the 20% share of the IEEM. So the IEEM pays out 14,000 and the PQVM not even 13,000 per year. And the HMEU with the 40% pays out 33,000 per year then. So once again, a little bit over 60,000, but that's the aim. So if we compare everything, so for scenario 1 we need a little bit less than 1.5 million, and in this scenario we will get dividends every month. And for scenario 2 we need 3.260 million, but in scenario 2 it's more focused toward growth. So when you have a long investment horizon, starting investing into scenario 2 is probably better than directly starting into scenario 1, because in the end you will end up with more money, which will give you overall a higher dividend payout. Not a higher dividend yield, but a higher dividend payout overall. And for our portfolio, in the previous video you saw we needed 1.264 million. So it's still better than this scenario, and that's why I think we will continue with our core satellite strategy and maybe include the PQVM one, because I really like that ETF. The more I read about it and the more I look at how it's doing business, I really like the way they are looking at the US market. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and yeah, hit that subscribe button if you like, and also hit that like button. It helps out the channel enormously, helps distributing this video to other people that like this kind of content. So thank you for watching, and see you on the next one on my YouTube channel. Bye!